Hi guys. Okay. Welcome to my Royal Rumble 2021 predictions. I cannot even contain my excitement for Royal Rumble this Sunday. Or tomorrow night. Okay. So, normally I don't have any predictions for the actual Royal Rumble matches, but this year I do have predictions for both the men's and the women's Royal Rumble matches. So I will get into that after. So I'm just going to jump in the first match, and I'm reading this stuff off from my blog. I don't have it posted yet. I'm just reading the whole entire blog that I just made before I post it for this video. So if I come across any misspelled words or the words that shouldn't be there or something, you know what I mean, I could fix it, and then after I film this video and upload it, I will publish it. So by the time you guys are watching this video, my blog post will be up. So yeah, so I am just going to get into the first match. The first match is Charlotte Flair and Asuka versus Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler for the women's tag team titles. And that's something that's not supposed to be there. I put a bracket, so that's not supposed to be there. Okay. I think Charlotte and Asuka are going to win because they haven't had the titles for very long. And I feel like Charlotte's title reigns, no matter what title it is, the women's tag team titles, the women's titles, doesn't matter. I feel like every one of Charlotte's title reigns normally last a while. I don't think it lasts as long as, you know, Bayley's last title reign did. But I feel like Charlotte's title reigns do normally last a little while. And Charlotte and Asuka just won the titles like a month ago. A little over a month ago. December 20th they won those titles. And I feel like a month and like, how many days? I feel like a month and 10 days is not long, and 11 actually. A month and 11 days is not long enough. So, that's too short of a title reign, a month and 11 days. I mean, I know people have lost their titles in like a week, but Charlotte, I feel like her title reigns normally last a month or over that. So, I'm going with Charlotte and Asuka for that. The next one is Drew McIntyre versus Goldberg for the WWE Championship. I am going to go with Drew McIntyre because every single time, I didn't know how to word this properly, so I just did this way. Every time Goldberg returns for a match, like it could just be one match or like a whole ass title reign, he always wins, and he wins the title with it most of the time. And since Drew defeated two powerful men, and I'm talking about the Brock Lesnar and the Big Show in less than 20 minutes at WrestleMania last year, I think he can defeat Goldberg too. Just one powerful man alone, that being Goldberg, in like less than 20 minutes. Like, if he can defeat Brock Lesnar and Big Show, he can definitely do the same thing with Goldberg. I mean, Brock Lesnar and Big Show are two freaking powerhouses. So, if Drew McIntyre can defeat both of them in less than 20 minutes, there's nothing that man can do, and I think he can beat Goldberg. So I'm going with Drew McIntyre for this one. And the next match is a last man standing match for not the WWE Championship, the Universal Championship between Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns being the champion, obviously. So normally I would say that Roman Reigns was going to win, but I think Kevin Owens will win this time around because he took a couple weeks off because of a minor injury courtesy of, and I've never used that word in my life, I don't think, courtesy. Courtesy of Roman Reigns and Jey Uso. By the way, where is Jey Uso? He hasn't been on SmackDown in the last 2 weeks. I'm curious, worried. I don't know if I'm really worried, but like, what's going on? Why isn't he on SmackDown in the last 2 weeks? But I think he's going to be on the Royal Rumble, and I'm really hoping his twin brother Jimmy is as well. But we will see tomorrow night. I was expecting Kevin to take a couple weeks off, but I didn't expect him to return as soon as he did. I was excited, though, when he returned. Anyway, like I said, he just came back, and he's also had so many chances to win the title from Roman in the last, like, month or two. But thanks to Jey Uso, he hasn't won yet. But I think tomorrow night at the Rumble, he will finally win the Universal title once again, and that will be his time, so I'm going Kevin Owens. But I mean, Roman could win. I mean, he has Paul and Jay on his side, but I'm going with Kevin anyway. In the next match, Sasha Banks will defend her SmackDown Women's title against Carmella. I think Sasha Banks will win because right now, Carmella isn't really a major threat to Sasha's title. I mean, I know she has her sommelier Reginald by her side, and Reginald is like amazing in the ring. I just saw him wrestle Sasha Banks like 2 weeks ago on SmackDown. He's incredible. If you haven't seen that match, go watch it because that was amazing. I know he didn't really hit Sasha that much, but still, his wrestling ability, top notch. So I think Sasha needs a more dominant heel character to defend her title against, to give her boss character a more major obstacle, like on the mic and in the ring. And as much as I love Carmella, and as good as Carmella is, I don't think she is that opponent right now. I'm sorry. She is amazing. She could win the women's title. I mean, she beat Charlotte Flair in 2018 at the WrestleMania. So, I mean, she could win. She could defeat Sasha, but I just don't think she will at this point. Like, not right now, at least. Like, could she beat Sasha Banks eventually? Sure. Maybe. Most likely. But, do I think it'll be tomorrow night? No. So, I'm going Sasha Banks. And the next match is a Women's Royal Rumble match. So far, the confirmed entrants are Nia Jax, Charlotte Flair, Bianca Belair, Bayley, Mandy Rose, Dana Brooke, Peyton Royce, Alexa Bliss, Shayna Baszler, Liv Morgan, Ruby Riott, Tamina, and Natalya. So, we don't know who's entering at what number, obviously, but tonight they're having a match on Backstage between Tamina and Natalya, and whoever wins that match will enter number 30. I'm going to try to stay away, and they're also announcing the number 1 and number 2 and number 30 spots in both the men's and the women's Royal Rumble matches on Backstage tonight, I heard. And I don't really want to, find out who's drawing in which place, because I like to be surprised, because, I like to be surprised. Royal Rumble is just full of surprises. That's why it's one of my favorite pay-per-views of the year, and why I get so excited for it. But, they're, I don't know, spoiling, telling who's drawing at number 1, 2, and 30, it kind of, ruins, the whole surprise aspect. Not the whole surprise aspect of it, because there's still, I don't know, 28, 27 numbers that people, entrances that we don't know who's entering at what size at, but still. I don't know, that's why I'm going to try to, I'm just going to try to avoid, looking at WWE things on my phone, because I don't want to be spoiled, but, I love my phone. I have my phone with me all the time. I'm always on Facebook and Instagram and all that, almost 24/7. So, I mean, if I come across it, I will. I asked my parents, because they're good, well, not my parents, but I asked my nan and my mom if they're going to watch it with me, and they said they're definitely going to watch Royal Rumble with me tomorrow night. And, I asked Mom if she wanted me to tell her who is drawing number 1 and number 2 and number 30 in both Royal Rumble matches, or she wants to be surprised, and she said that she wants to be surprised. And I don't blame her. I would like to be surprised too, but I probably am going to end up seeing it anyway. But yeah, if I do end up finding out who it is entering at number 1, 2, and 30, I'm going to keep it a secret, not tell my parents and my whole family, because, like I said, they want to be surprised. So, anyway, back to the Women's Royal Rumble match. I don't normally have predictions for Royal Rumble matches. What was that? Okay. I don't normally have predictions for Royal Rumble matches, like I said earlier in the video. But this year, I do have predictions for both the men and the women's Royal Rumble matches. This year, I think that this is Bianca Belair's year. I don't care who else enters. I don't care if Ronda Rousey returns, Becky Lynch. But I am hoping if Becky and Ronda return, because I love those two a lot. But I really don't care who returns at what number. But I am praying though that Eva Marie returns. As long as Eva Marie and Becky Lynch returns, regardless, I'm satisfied, because I love Eva Marie so much, and I'm really hoping she will return tomorrow night. Anyways, back to this. Like, I don't really care who else returns. Eva Marie, AJ Lee, that would be cool to see. Becky Lynch, Ronda Rousey, Karma of, like, I don't really care. I just think Bianca Belair is winning the thing. No matter who else enters, no matter what surprises there are, what NXT call-ups show up, I'm thinking Bianca Belair is going to win. Plus, just imagine how, I spelled that wrong in the blog. I put an imaging instead of imagine. Love that for me. Just imagine how good Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair be at WrestleMania for the women's title. That could, if that happens, that could be match of the year. That's just how I think. That's just how I feel. And the final match is the men's Royal Rumble match. So the confirmed entrants so far in this match are Daniel Bryan, Bobby Lashley, AJ Styles, Randy Orton, Otis. Love Otis. My whole family loves him too. The Miz, Jey Uso, Cesaro, Jeff Hardy, Sami Zayn, Dolph Ziggler, Shinsuke Nakamura, Big E. We all love Big E as well. Me and my family love him, and Otis, and Keith Lee. Anyways, John Morrison, Sheamus, Mustafa Ali, Edge, King Corbin, Rey Mysterio, Dominic Mysterio, love Dominic and Rey Mysterio, and Braun Strowman. Okay, I actually have two predictions for this match. The first prediction is The Rock. Now, this might be a very long shot, but, you know, anything can happen. But if The Rock just so happens to shock everyone and return at the Royal Rumble, I think he could win because for the past, what feels like 1,050 years, The Rock has been very, and I mean very heavily rumored to return for a match against Roman Reigns at a WrestleMania event or a SummerSlam, but mostly WrestleMania, at least I'm hoping. Even for a title, and I think Royal Rumble is the best place to do that, and time. He could enter the Royal Rumble, win the whole thing, go on to WrestleMania, and face Roman Reigns for the Universal title. So either The Rock is going to return and win, but if he doesn't return and or win, and my second pick is already confirmed in the Royal Rumble this year, Daniel Bryan. Okay. If The Rock doesn't return and or win, I think Daniel Bryan will win because it has been mentioned so many times, even Daniel mentioned it himself, in his whole career as a wrestler, he has never won a single Royal Rumble match. And it seems to be that this will be his final run in WWE, sadly. At least that's what lots of people are saying. So what better time to win the Royal Rumble match in your last run in WWE? And plus, Daniel Bryan is absolutely incredible in the ring and on mic. I mean, he literally lasted over a whole ass hour in the greatest Royal Rumble match against 49 other men. So just imagine what he could do and how long he could last in the regular Royal Rumble match with, against only 29 other men instead of 49. I mean, it's possible for him to win. I mean, he could do it. I know he can. So, those are my predictions. There might be some matches announced before then, especially for the kickoff show, because there normally is some matches announced for the kickoff show and maybe a couple during the main show. But if there are any matches announced until the Royal Rumble starts, you can find my predictions for those matches on my Twitter account, which is Brianna, at Brianna_Blake4. So, yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you'd like to see more WWE content from me. And I will see you guys next week for my Royal Rumble predictions, which will probably come to you probably tomorrow night after Royal Rumble ends, but I'm not sure. So if not tomorrow night, then Monday or Tuesday night. So, yeah. So, bye guys.